Hello guys, welcome to the second section of this course. In this section, I will walk you through the setup instructions from the very beginning to a level where you can start making the projects for yourself. So let's start with installing the operating system on Raspberry Pi. Before going ahead, I just wanted to talk about the SD cards for installing the operating system on them. You can install operating system on any SD card which is having size over 8 GB. And I will also prefer to buy class 10 SD card which will be faster than any ordinary SD card. So let's go to the official website of Raspberry Pi. This website is really useful when it comes to get the community support, official announcements and downloading the operating system. For now, we need to download the operating system, so we only need to click on downloads. Now, here we have two versions of Raspberry Pi. First one is Noobs and second one is Raspbian OS. Noobs is also an operating system which consists of the different operating system. So, when you will install the Noobs over SD card, then it will again ask you to download the further operating system. But for now, we are going to use the Raspbian operating system for this video. So let's click on Raspbian OS. Now again, inside the Raspbian OS, we have two types of Raspbian operating system. First one is the Raspbian Stretch with desktop and second one is the Raspbian Stretch Lite. Lite operating system will have the less amount of tools as compared to the full desktop environment. So let's download the Raspbian Stretch with desktop. So let's click on download zip file. Now as soon as you will click on download zip file, you will get this pop-up here. And the size of this file is 1.6 GB. So let's click on start download. As you can see guys, my internet connection speed is about 4 MB per second. So it will take around 7 minutes to download this file. As you can see guys, we have just downloaded the zip file from the raspberrypi.org. Now let me right click on it and click on extract here. Now as soon as you will click on extract here, it will extract the file. Now right after that, we need to write this file onto the SD card. As you can see guys, we have just extracted the file from that zip file. Now it's time to flash this file into a hard drive where we can actually install the operating system. But unfortunately, Raspberry Pi don't have the hard drive. So we will make the use of SD card and use the SD card as a hard drive of Raspberry Pi. Here I'm using the 16 GB SD card and we will install the Raspbian OS on that 16 GB SD card and that will act as a hard drive of the Raspberry Pi. So let me flash this file over that 16 GB SD card. For flashing this file onto 16 GB SD card, I will have to make the use of a software called Etcher software. If you don't have this software, then what I will do is I will provide the link in the resources file so that you can easily download it. And after downloading that software, you need to simply double click on the software to install it into your PC. Now let me click on the Etcher software to open it. Here how it is look like. First we need to click on the select image and image is going to be the file which we have extracted from the zip file. So simply click on select image and here we have that image. Click on open and right after that it will automatically detect the SD card. For now I have inserted my 16 GB SD card into my card reader and that card reader is connected to my PC. Now just after that I need to click on flash. Now as you can see guys, flashing process has been started and it will take around 7 minutes to flash that particular file onto that SD card. Now as you can see guys, writing process of that file has been finished over the SD card. Now our operating system has been installed onto that SD card. But to be able to do further steps, we need to enable the SSH connection onto your Raspberry Pi. For enabling the SSH connection onto a Raspberry Pi, we have to put a file onto the SD card of Raspberry Pi. So when we insert that SD card into the Raspberry Pi, on boot, Raspberry Pi will look for the file and once it will find that particular file into the SD card, then it will also enable the SSH connection. So let's put that file over that SD card. For making that file, open up your notepad. Here I have it. Write anything here. Now simply click on File and then click on Save As. Now click on this PC. Here you can see I'm not able to see the SD card, so I have to plug out my card reader and then plug back again. Simply refresh it. Now come down, and as you can see guys, there will be a partition with the boot name. Simply write in here SSH. Now simply click on Save As type and choose all files, and after that click on Save. To verify if the file has been created or not, simply go to the File Explorer and click on Boot, and here you can see guys, the file with the name SSH has been created on boot partition. It means when we will take out our SD card and insert that SD card into a Raspberry Pi, then a Raspberry Pi will be able to enable the SSH connection. If you will try to log in into SSH, then you will not be able to log in with the default password of Raspberry Pi. So you will have to change it. Now in order to change the default password of Raspberry Pi, you need to create a file called Userconf.txt into your bootfs. So here I'm gonna click on New and click on New Text Document, and I'm gonna name it like userconf.txt. As soon as the file is created, just double click on it. Now here you need to specify the username and the encrypted password that you want to keep. So my username will be Pi, and now the question comes, where will I get the encrypted password? For encrypting the password, we need to run the openssl command, and that command can only be run in the Linux distribution. So if you have any Linux operating system installed with you, then you can make the use of that Linux distribution. If you don't have any Linux operating system with you, then I will suggest you to go to that link. And that link is also given in the description area. Once you click on Start New Session, it will give you the access to a new terminal. Now you might be wondering, what is the meaning of this command? So basically what we are doing here is that we are encrypting the password called unbreakable. So this is going to be my Raspberry Pi password. If you want to keep your password something different, then you can probably change unbreakable to your password. And this openssl command will encrypt the unbreakable, and then it will give me an encrypted string. And I will paste that string back to the user config file. So I'm gonna hit enter. And let's see if that command is working or not. And here you can see guys, that command is working completely fine. Now I'm gonna select that text and click on copy, and I will paste that text here in the encrypted password. Make sure it should be on the similar line. Is here, which means my whole text and pi is on the same line, and it is indicating line number 1. I'm gonna save this file. Now in the next video we will talk about how we can SSH into a Raspberry Pi.